Hey guys, after many obstacles of trying to get to this point while I'm shaking my camera, I apologize. Welcome to the first ever episode of How Cool Were You? My name is Yolanda, and thank you so much for joining me today. So, let me give you a little bit of backstory. This episode is going to basically be an introduction because I want everybody to know what this is going to be about so that we can have people participate and hopefully help out each other. So it'll be great. Okay, so the reason why I started this venture was because I wanted to reach more people. Having suffered from depression and anxiety and being bipolar and things of that nature, I've had therapists and I've had people that I could talk to, but sometimes it's not enough. And sometimes what would actually hit home the most for me or give me a sense of clarity or an epiphany would be a story that I heard from a friend or something else or someone else who had been through something that I had been through. So after a while, and I have children, and my children kept coming to me saying that they were going through different things at school, and they didn't believe I knew what I was talking about, because of course, as parents, we already know what the kids are going through, right? I mean, they're not going through anything that we didn't go through before, right? But as kids, we don't, parents don't know anything, right? So why would they come to us? So I started listening more and more to what my kids were saying and thinking about when I was their age and how I dealt with different situations. And one of the questions that came up was when I was talking to one of my children, and they said, I was, making jokes, and I was like, wow, that wasn't cool. And, well, Mom, how cool were you? I said, well, oh, that's a very interesting question. And I really had to sit there and think about what I had been through as a kid and what am I telling my kids? Am I portraying myself as the perfect parent, the perfect person who's never made a mistake, who's never lied, who's never done anything wrong, and that's how I want my kids to be and grow up and be perfect? Or should I show them the real me and, let them understand that things happen, you know? And it's not necessarily what happens to you, but how you react to the situation. So that's how this thought got started. So here's basically what I plan on doing. Each week, starting next week on Fridays, I will be reading a letter that has been emailed to me about a person who's been going through their own personal hard time and also how they overcame it. And each week I will read those letters. Hopefully, when we read the letters, I will leave it open for discussion so that we can talk about that the following week before we read the next letter. So here's hoping, right? Fingers crossed and all. But I'm hoping that the personal letters will reach somebody who's also going through their own personal hard time. And that's really why I started this project. It started out that I was trying to do a book, and I wasn't really getting enough feedback that I wanted. I wasn't getting my message out to enough people. So I thought that I would start here on the web with all of you wonderful, beautiful people. So that's where we are today. Now, I'm sorry, I keep reading my outline. I had a script, my computer broke. I broke it. Shh. So let's see. Okay. So I basically said everything I had to say, it looks like. Like I said, next week we will start with reading the letters, and we're going to go from there. And the purpose, again, is to help other people. If you have any problems that you would like for us to discuss, why not? Why not send in a letter? But I do have to inform you, I'm not a doctor. This is in no way a diagnosis of a mental condition or any medical condition for that matter. This isn't even a treatment, okay? This is just one thing that I thought that would help. But please, if you think that you have a medical condition, go see a doctor, because it's very important to get diagnosed, and that way you can get treatment And this is just a community where people will understand what you're going through. So that is what How Cool Were You was about. So next week we will start with reading the letters, and I hope to see you then. I will be starting earlier in the day because my computer will be fixed by then. And until then, I want everybody to just take care of each other. And my daddy used to always tell me, whenever he would get off the phone with me, stay strong and stay positive. And so I'm passing that on to you because I want you all to be able to stay strong and stay positive. And if it is just until next week, well then, stay positive until you can speak to somebody. My kids are about to tear up my house, if you can hear them in the background. So I'm going to go take care of that now. In the meantime, stay strong, stay positive. And thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys next week. Bye!